about some natural lighting. Hi guys, this is Connie. Can you see me? So, I wanted to share a story, obviously. I didn't realize, because I've been kind of out of the school game with the exception of driving students, should have paid attention to the fact that it was Spirit Week last week. Anywhoosies, a lot of students are going through the homecoming setup right now, and I was following one of the students from my former youth group on Twitter, and he's like, "Oh, this is so boring. I should have, thought twice about coming to homecoming." And I said, "Dude, I don't care how boring or how bad your homecoming story is this year, it doesn't top my worst homecoming story year." And I think maybe my second story might potentially have, I don't think it's a silver medal, I think it's just maybe a bronze or honorable mention. The honorable mention story is having to go to my freshman homecoming with my ex-boyfriend. And I was trying to help out a friend of mine in math class. We all had a mutual friend, and he was like, "I really want to go with this girl. She's in your math class. You should find a date. You should go with your ex." And I was like, "I don't want to do this. I broke up with my ex for a reason. I don't want to go to homecoming with my ex because he's going to get the idea that there was a possibility of us getting back together. No, there isn't. I don't like him like that. But I can't think of another date." She's like, "I'm not going unless you double date with somebody." And I was like, "Fine, I'll go." So we were all going to head to Olive Garden before we went to homecoming. Again, this is the honorable mention, so you let me know if this is prize-worthy of the worst homecoming ever. I do have one that definitely takes gold, because it involves death. However, getting ahead of myself, we got to Olive Garden, and my date picked me up, and I got all dressed up, and we were pretty, took pictures, and, "Oh, don't you look cute?" I found one of those pictures. I'll have to find it one day and just post it for you, or maybe not. Maybe I'll just lose it again. That sounds like a thing to do. So, I meet them at Olive Garden, and we see our mutual friend, and we see his date is some other random chick that I've never met before. I said, "Who is this?" And he goes, "Oh, she couldn't make it. This is so-and-so." And I went, "What? Why am I in this situation?" Like, you could see the steam kind of rolling off my head, because I was just like, now I'm in this really terrible situation. I'm going to homecoming with my ex, and I'm not even helping out the person I'm supposed to be helping out. It's not awkward, it's just wrong, because I didn't want to lead him on. It turns out I ended up trying to avoid him the whole night. He tried to, put his arm around me, try to, be cool and be like, "Hey, is there No, I'm sorry. We got caught up in a really bad situation, and I'm sorry if you misunderstand anything that's happening tonight, but no, I'm not interested in you. I thought this was going to be a different situation. I'm sorry." And the whole time, my heart hurt, because I felt like I took his heart and just danced on it the whole night. I tried to avoid him and, dance and hang out with my friends, all the while feeling like I have essentially re-broken this guy's heart. And I know that's a bit extreme, but I was like, "I'm sorry, I didn't want to be in this situation in the first place." Dang it. So that's the honorable mention. What takes the gold? And I hadn't even thought about it until this guy was like, "Well, this homecoming's really boring. I wish I hadn't gone." And I'm like, dude, boring is the least of your troubles. The worst homecoming I had, I can't remember, I think it was 98. I feel really old now, because that was a really long time ago. Anywho, a bunch of us went together as a group to homecoming. We were going to have a good time and hang out, and it was fun. It was all good. And we were supposed to meet a couple other people at homecoming. Somehow we found out, through a series of events and other people's connections, that one of our friends had passed away earlier in the evening. It was a freak accident. Nobody saw it coming. This kid was full of life. Everybody knew who he was. He was very well known. He was semi-popular. He was just a good guy. The side note is, if anybody was ready to meet their maker, it was this dude. But that's not this story. The story is, he passed away. We found out at homecoming, and they tried to, like, obviously we were all really, really upset about this. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe, he was 17 years old. This shouldn't have happened. Well, how did this happen? Why did this happen? We're all at homecoming, so we're all dressed up and covered in makeup, and we just start crying and bawling our eyes out. They try to pull us into another room, but the word got around really quickly that this kid had passed away. And, I mean, there were people banging their heads on the lockers. They were so distraught with what was happening. I mean, like, for the most of us that knew who he was, our homecoming was essentially ruined, and it just broke our hearts. And, and that's, I would submit that as a gold medal for worst homecomings ever. So, what are your homecoming experiences? What are your prom experiences like? And I'm not talking about, like, X-rated, we got a hotel room. No. I'm talking about, like, things that happened at homecoming or in preparation to prom. I made my own dress one time. But again, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother vlog. Enjoy your Monday. Be careful with that and enjoy. Please and thank you. I mentioned enjoy a lot. I want you to enjoy this. Leave me comments. Hit me up on Twitter or Facebook. Let me know what you want to see, what you want to hear. Bye.